Howdy, Connection Group leaders. Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well. I am in the bowels of the building. No kidding. This is a space that until really last week, I didn't even know existed. I'm under the stage right now. But the reason why I'm showing you this is because I'm proud of my students and I want to show you something cool they did today. So the worship center is what, 30, maybe 35 years old? I don't know how much, if any, work had ever been done down here. And so me and 15 of our students this morning were down here and we were sweeping and vacuuming and moving stuff out. It was dark, it was dreary. Thankfully, it wasn't damp. It wasn't cold, but it wasn't hot either. That was a blessing. There was no kidding. There was like 1.5 inches of just dust everywhere. It was amazing. But now that we did all that work this morning, check it out. Like, those are clean floors. And we didn't install the lights. JD installed the lights, although they're pretty neat. But then we moved in all this stuff, and we built shelves, and it's organized, and we did it in both directions. And I know, I realize it still looks a little bit cluttered, but all that to say, the reason why I'm showing this is not just to brag on my students. I'm also sitting down so I don't crack my skull open in front of you, because I probably would otherwise. The reason why I'm showing this, we get to talk about the idea of restoration, and in a very real way, the students this morning took apart an act of restoration just in our church building, down in a really kind of an undesirable part of it, right? The reason why it was in disrepair, so to speak, was because who cares, it's under the stage, but it's some really good space that we can use for storage, and certainly an area that can be redeemed for a lot of good, and that's what we've done. I bring that up to say this, in talking about restoration, like, this is a hard passage in Jeremiah, just that right out the gate we see that Israelites are doing what the Israelites frequently did. They were ignoring God. He'd been warning them for decades, and finally God said, okay, that's it. It's time to be punished. But you gotta catch this, and this really is the simple part of the lesson this week, but it's gotta be the point. Whenever God comes to discipline us, He always does it out of love, and He always disciplines with redemption in mind. His punishment is never punitive in the sense that, like, He's sticking us in the corner, or He's sticking us under the stage and we never get to come out. Restoration is always in mind. In fact, He was planning restoration even before He'd announced the punishment, right? This is really cool, the prophecy that's sort of unveiled in this lesson, and I hope you'll point that out. Certainly to our kids and our students, but even adults, we get encouraged when we see God prove Himself to be true. But please, please, please catch that. Before the punishment even started, the Lord said, I love you, I'm going to punish you, but then I'm going to set you free in 70 years. Parents, this is probably something valuable we can learn. The Lord, whenever He gives out a punishment, there's always a timeline on it, right? Hey, yeah, you're in trouble right now, but you're in trouble for this many years. Don't ground your kid for a certain amount of years. I say that. They may need to be grounded for a number of years. But there was a timeline put in place. But the point was always redemption. I am going to redeem you. I am going to lavish insane grace on you and give you back what you do not deserve for my name's sake and my glory. Hey, I want you to catch, it's pretty cool. It says that whenever they left what was Babylon to go back to begin to rebuild the temple, it says that they were given 5,000 derricks of gold. I looked up, like, how much gold is that? Because that's derricks. We don't, operate in derricks. That's roughly 500 kilograms of gold. If you do the conversion rate on that, that's $31 million worth of gold. That's crazy town, right? For a bunch of people who are just in trouble, the Lord said, here's my goodness. Here's all of my goodness. No, you don't deserve it. That's the point. That's what grace is. If the Lord is about redemption to incredibly sinful people, then we are to be about redemption to incredibly sinful people. So we're going to talk about that in Sunday school, and lo and behold, wouldn't you know, that's what we're going to talk about in the worship service also. So come ready. Come ready to be blessed by Jesus' grace on your own life. I pray that we'll all come ready to extend grace to others who are in every bit as much need of the Lord's grace as you and I are, even though we're leaders. We need Jesus. Put another way, we need Jesus' grace just as much as the most sinful Israelite ever did. Guys, I love y'all. Can't wait to see you on Sunday. I'm going to go take a shower because I'm pretty dirty. Love y'all. Bye.